night we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me.
Happy Monday, Team Shrewton, and welcome to Term 6. This is our first theme of the week, Worship of the Term, so I thought it was only right to kick it off with a few more dance moves. That song that we would have been listening to coming into the hall this morning is a very famous song called Stand By Me by Ben E. King, and I just felt like it would be really appropriate for us to take some time to listen to the words of that song and reflect, as we know that so many groups of people are standing together, coming together for many different reasons right now, all over the country, all over the world. So at least we can think about that, reflect on it, and be a part of it in some little way. Our first thought of the week this week is also very relevant to the time that we're living in, and it's, do I make a difference? Can I make a difference? Because I think sometimes it's really easy to think, well, we're only one person, one child. How much change can I really cause? And that can sometimes be maybe a little bit disheartening. Maybe it means that you're lacking a little bit of motivation to create that change that you were once very passionate about. But I think it's really important to remember that even if you think you aren't making a difference, you probably are. And I think the little image that will go here, bing, really shows that. The whale doesn't think he's making a difference, but by his water spraying up on top of the sea, we know that the turtle can see a rainbow. So every little small action counts. You know, every time you think, shall I bother to recycle that? Nah, just chuck it in the bin. That one piece will make a difference. That one piece may get recycled into something else, or might be the missing piece, that's something a little bit more that somebody needs to make something else out of that item. You might be the one voice of many that creates change. It might be a one donation to some charity somewhere that makes a difference to change somebody's life. So even though sometimes we might feel that we're only acting for change and being agents of change on a very small scale, all those small little pieces that everybody does add up to something much, much bigger. Because if you weren't doing it, then those little pieces would be missing. But if everybody does something really small that they can manage, they can fit into their lives, into their worlds, then that'll all add up to make some really big changes. So whenever you're feeling discouraged or disheartened, just remember that you are part of a much, much bigger puzzle, and your little efforts will cause change. You are agents of change. You are shaping the world. So shape it how you would like it to be. So let's start our worship and say, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And this week, I'm going to tell you about our new value of the term, which is also going to be our theme of the week. It's a 2-for-1. So our new value of the term, our last value of the school year, is perseverance. Now, I always think perseverance is a really, really good value for term 6, because it's when we've normally, and particularly this year, you know, we've had a really long school year. We've all been working really, really hard, and it's the final stretch. You imagine you've been running around the track. This is the final 100 metre sprint. This term is the one where we are gearing up, using all of those last energy reserves to make it down that final straight before having a well-earned break, well-earned summer, and then getting ourselves ready for the next part of our learning journey. So for some of you, that will be moving year groups within our school. For some of you, that will be moving to a new school. And it's just a term of change and growth, and excitement and reflection, and perseverance needs to underpin all of that, because there can be times where we feel tired and run down. There can be times where we feel emotional and maybe a little bit anxious about the change that is coming. So we need perseverance to keep us going, to keep us on that path, to keep us trying our hardest, to keep us celebrating our learning and striving to be better and investing in our future selves. So perseverance and term 6 really do go hand in hand. So this week, the theme of the week is I can show perseverance. So think about how are you showing your perseverance? Maybe you found something tricky in your learning and you've worked through it with somebody and you haven't given up and you haven't quit. Maybe it's something sporting or an achievement you've made. You know, we've been hearing about lots and lots of our pupils learning to ride their bikes over lockdown. That didn't just happen. You didn't just get on it and ride. You got on it, you probably fell off it. You got on it, you probably had to be held or somebody was running behind you. You probably fell off again. You probably hit your shin on the pedal and it probably hurt. You probably fell off again. You probably only managed a little bit and then stopped. Probably fell off again. But it's through that perseverance that you've all now come into school going, I can ride my bike. And imagine if you had quit at the first hurdle. You wouldn't have been able to achieve that. And same with things like tying our laces, life skills that we carry with us throughout our time as adults and as older children, you know, those basics, learning to tie your shoelaces. It didn't happen first time. You had to persevere. That would be the same as some of your maths and your English and your science and your art. How many times have you started a picture or a drawing or a piece of creative piece and you've had to go, oh no, we're not happy with that, new page. All those examples of you not giving up are perfect examples of perseverance. And I and the team at Shrewton have been overwhelmed with the amazing perseverance you've shown during the lockdown period and now into term 6, where some of you are persevering with getting used to being back at school. Wrong way around with those words. And those of you who are persevering with the home learning, you're all persevering on different levels, and we couldn't be prouder about the fact that during all this time, when our school first shut on March the 20th, you have done nothing but be fully committed to your learning and your future and your education, you and your families, and you've all shown brilliant perseverance. There will have been days where you were going, this is too much, what are we doing? And that was probably just your parents. But you didn't quit, you kept going, you've used all the people around you in your community to support you, and you are true personification of perseverance. So well done. But this week, think about something else you can persevere at and share it on our blog so we can celebrate it with you. So at the moment, there's not much that I'm finding I can't link back to nature. I don't know whether that's because spring has sprung and with it it's brought the hope of new life, and we've had glorious days to celebrate the new life that the season has brought, the butterflies, the bumblebees, the tadpoles, the lambs, or whether it's because I've been able to have some moments of calm in my own garden. But I'm finding nature very, very inspiring. And when I thought about perseverance, there was one insect that instantly came to mind, and that was the ant. Ants. Because they are incredible. They are goal orientated, they are team players, they are proactive, and ultimately we should be taking more inspiration from them. We should be they are leading by example and we should be following it. I don't know if you've ever seen something get in the way of an ant's path, but maybe a leaf has fallen down, or you've been watering a plant and a drop of water has got in their way. But whether or not they go duck left, right, go round, that ant will always get back on the path. It will always get back to doing what it was doing. It doesn't procrastinate. They don't wait for tomorrow. They are proactive. As soon as the first signs of spring are here, they're up, they're about, and they are harvesting and for the winter. They are stocking up. Not only that, but they're team players, just like us. They have a community. They live in a colony, and they are working together. They've all got a set role, and they don't fail to deliver on their role. They, like I say, they are goal orientated. They know what they want to achieve, and they are off. So we can take some real inspiration, not just from the ants, but from nature at all times, but particularly for perseverance. Ants are the ones to look to, okay? They are the personification, although they're not human, of perseverance. And here it says, I think everybody should study ants. They have an amazing 4-part philosophy. Never give up, look ahead, stay positive, and do all you can. So this week, when you're thinking about persevering and how you can show your perseverance, think about those 4 things. Never give up, look ahead, and that's when we think about investing in our future selves today. Stay positive, have that glass half full, okay? Give off some positive energy, treat people with kindness and they'll repay it, and do all you can. Don't leave to tomorrow what you can achieve today. That's what my mum always used to tell me anyway. Very sound advice. So if you're struggling for perseverance this week and inspiration, go and have a little wander around on the lawn, okay? Or when you're on one of your walks, maybe peek under a flower pot or within some grass and see if you can find an ant and see if you can follow his journey. See where he's going, what his goal is, what he's achieving, and see if you can find some inspiration in nature. And if there's any other things in nature that you're inspired by, linked to perseverance, let me know. I would love to hear what you're inspired by. Maybe it's the fact that your sunflower was growing at a bit of an angle and it's righted itself, or maybe it's the fact that your tomato plants have gone from tiny to really big, and they've been persevering through the wind and the rain that we've had on occasion. It has been very nice weather lately. But if you are inspired by anything in nature, please let me know so I can share it with you. And when I was thinking about the idea of the ants living as a community in their colony, a particular Bible story came to mind for perseverance, and that was the parable of the lost sheep. Now, I've popped the video link in the email that's come out with this video for you to watch, or you could just search it on YouTube. There's some really nice animated versions of it. But essentially, the shepherd has a flock of 100 sheep, okay, and one day he looks up and there are only 99, and one has gone off to who knows where. Now, generally, that shepherd could have thought, well, actually, that's okay. I've still got 99 sheep. What does it matter if one is lost? But he knew that all of the sheep were as important as the other. And he showed real perseverance when he went out and he looked high, low, left, right, everywhere, until he found that one missing sheep and returned it back to the flock, back to his community. So, there's a really nice example of that shepherd showing perseverance. But also, I think, on another level, when you think about perseverance, we are the sheep, and Jesus is our shepherd, and the Lord is our shepherd. And when we're in need of perseverance, or when we're weak, or when we're in need of strength, okay, we become that one lost sheep that he guides us back to the main flock. So give it a watch. The one I've chosen actually doesn't have any words, because I think it's really beautiful that you can interpret that story how you wish. But have a watch, and again, I'd be really interested to know your thoughts. So finally, I'd like to end our worship with a prayer. Take some time, take a moment of calm. Maybe you can look at the flame or into your hands, ready to reflect. And if you'd like to make it your own prayer, you may say Amen at the end. Dear God, help me to welcome challenges in my life. Please give me the strength to persevere in them. Thank you that through the hard times, you help us to grow. Amen. I'll say, send us out in the love of Christ to bring Christ's love to the world. and that is our first Theme of the Week worship for Term 6. We will get together on Zoom on Friday for our live Friday celebration worship and see which children have earned a certificate for showing good perseverance. And that'll be a mixture of children both who are at school and at home, and we're hoping that we can sort out all the tech so that you'll be, wherever you are, you'll be able to see each other and we can be together. But continue to be amazing. You know how brilliant we think you all are, and continue to share your achievements with us. This week we will try and get the next podcast episode out after we've had the half-term break. Just waiting to firm up a time for a suitable time for an interview. So our next guest is a drummer. And we will try and do a story and keep everything going on our YouTube. And maybe we can use some of you guys to make some videos. Now we've got some of you back at school, and maybe some of you at home can send some bits in. We can try and be creative. So watch this space. I hope you have a brilliant week, and we are very, very proud of you all. Keep persevering. Take care. Bye-bye.